In the heart of Igbo land, amidst sprawling green hills and bustling villages, lived a man named Obinna. Known through the land for his kindness and wisdom, Obinna was a respected member of his community. However, tragedy struck when his beloved wife Ngozi passed away during childbirth, leaving Obinna to care for their newborn daughter Adaeze. Adaeze was a child born under a bright moon, her eyes as deep and wise as the rivers that flowed through their village. From the moment she entered the world, Obinna knew she was special. Despite the sorrow that filled his heart at the loss of Ngozi, he poured all his love and attention into raising Adaeze. As the years passed, Adaeze grew into a spirited and kind-hearted young girl. She had a natural curiosity about the world around her and a gentle spirit that endeared her to everyone in the village. Obinna doted on her, teaching her about their Igbo heritage, the importance of community, and the values of kindness and respect. The villagers admired Adaeze for her compassion and intelligence. She would often spend her days exploring the hillsides and playing by the riverbank, where she developed a special connection with nature. Despite her young age, Adaeze showed a maturity beyond her years, comforting those who were in need and helping her father with household chores. Obinna, though still grieving for his late wife, found solace in Ada's presence. She brought light into their home, her laughter echoing through the walls and her smile brightening every darkness of the day. The bond between father and daughter grew stronger with each passing year. Their love, a beacon of hope in their small corner of Igbo land. Years after Ngozi's passing, Obinna felt the time had come to remarry. He hoped to bring Adaeze with a mother's love and guidance, believing it would bring more happiness into their lives. Fate had a different plan. However, when Chinyere entered their lives, Chinyere was a woman of grace and beauty. Hailing from a neighboring village, she had a gentle smile and a calming presence that drew people to her. Obinna first met Chinyere during a village gathering where she impressed him with her knowledge of herbs and healing remedies. They soon began to court each other, and it wasn't long before Obinna asked her hand in marriage. Chinyere moved into Obinna's mother's house with her daughter, Nneka. Initially, everything seemed harmonious, and Adaeze looked forward to having a mother and sister. Chinyere was kind and attentive, treating Adaeze with warmth and respect. Nneka, though a few years older than Adaeze, welcomed her new family eagerly, eager for love and attention she craved. However, as time went on, subtle changes began to emerge in Chinyere's behavior. She started to favor Nneka over Adaeze, showering her with gifts and praises while overlooking Adaeze's efforts. Nneka, influenced by her mother's action, began to develop a sense of entitlement, taking advantage of the situation to avoid responsibilities and get what she wanted. In dynamics, but remained hopeful. Adaeze noticed the changes in dynamics but remained hopeful that things would improve over time. She continued to treat Nneka with kindness, hoping to build a sisterly bond despite the growing favoritism. Chinyere's actions, however, became more pronounced and Adaeze found herself shouldering more and more of the household chores while Nneka was excused from such duties. Despite these challenges, Adaeze found solace in the teachings passed down by her late mother and the stories shared by the village elders. She often sought refuge by the river bank, where the gentle flow of water and the rustling of leaves provided her with a sense of peace. It was during one of those moments that she met Ngozi, an elderly woman known for her wisdom and knowledge of traditional healing practices. Ngozi recognized Adaeze's gentle spirit and took her under her wing. She taught Adaeze about the healing properties of local herbs and plants, sharing stories of their ancestors and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. Adaeze cherished their time together, finding comfort in Ngozi's guidance and support. As months passed, Chinyere's favoritism towards Nneka turned into outright neglect of Adaeze. She began to assign Adaeze increasingly difficult tasks, often with unrealistic expectations of perfection. Adaeze was expected to wake up before dawn to fetch water from the river, tend to the crops in the family garden, and prepare meals for the household, all while Nneka lounged lazily and avoided any form of responsibility. Adaeze bore these burdens with grace, knowing that resentment would only darken her spirit. She found strength in the memories of her mother and in the support of the village elders. Despite the unfair treatment at home, Adaeze remained beloved in the community for her kindness and generosity towards others. Obinna, consumed with work and believed that Chinyere was handling the household affairs well, remained unaware of the disparity in treatment between his daughters. He saw Adaeze as responsible and mature beyond her years, traits that made him proud but also shielded him from understanding the extent of her suffering. Adaeze found solace in the beauty of nature that surrounded their village. Each morning, she woke before dawn to the chorus of birds, welcoming the sunrise. The air was crisp and cool, carrying the scent of blooming flowers and the promise of a new day. Adaeze would make her way to the nearby river, where the water flowed gently over smooth stones, creating a sudden melody that echoes in her heart. At the river bank, Adaeze found peace in the rhythmic task of gathering water and washing clothes. The cool touch of the river on her skin and the quiet murmur of the flowing water became her sanctuary. Here, she could breathe freely away from the constant demands and unkind words at home. One morning, Adaeze was kneeling by the water's edge, carefully scrubbing a piece of cloth against a flat stone. She heard a soft voice behind her. "Child, you have the touch of our ancestors in your hands," said an elderly woman, her voice like the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. Startled, Adaeze turned to see Ngozi standing there, a smile wrinkling the corners of her eyes. Ngozi was known throughout the village for her wisdom and healing abilities. Her hair streaked with grey and was wrapped in a colorful cloth, and her withered hands were adorned with beads. I have seen you here many mornings, Ngozi continued, her eyes crinkling warmly. You have the spirit of a healer and the heart of a warrior. Tell me, child, what burdens your heart? Adaeze hesitated at first, unsure if she should confide in this wise woman, but there was something about Ngozi's presence that felt comforting, as though she understood Adaeze's struggles without needing words. I am Adaeze, she finally introduced herself, setting aside the clothes she had been washing. My father remarried and my stepmother favors her own daughter Nneka over me. I am treated like a servant in my own home. Ngozi listened attentively, her expression grave yet compassionate. She nodded slowly as though she had expected this revelation. Child, the path of goodness is often fraught with obstacles, Ngozi said softly, her voice carrying the weight of years of experience. But remember, the spirits of our ancestors walk with you. They have seen your heart and know your worth. Do not lose faith in yourself. With Ngozi's guidance, Adaeze began to understand that her struggles were not in vain. She learned about the healing properties of herbs and plants, accompanying Ngozi on walks through the forest to gather ingredients for remedies. Ngozi shared stories of their ancestors who had faced hardship with courage and resilience, teaching Adaeze valuable lessons about perseverance and inner strength. As days turned into weeks and then months, Adaeze found herself growing stronger, both in body and spirit. The knowledge she gained from Ngozi's teachings became her shield against the harsh treatment at home. She no longer felt powerless or alone. Instead, she embraced her role as a caretaker of her household with a quiet determination, knowing that her true worth lay beyond the confines of her stepmother's favoritism. In the evenings, when the sun dipped below the horizon and the village settled into a peaceful rhythm, Adaeze would sit with Ngozi under the vast expanse of stars. They would talk about life, love, and the mysteries of the universe. Their voices mingling with the night sounds of crickets and distant drum beats. They would talk about life, love, and the mysteries of the universe. Their voices mingling with the night sounds of crickets and distant drum beats. Through Ngozi's guidance, Ada discovered a reservoir of strength within her that she had never known existed. She began to see her challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation, realizing that her journey was not just about surviving, but thriving in the face of adversity. And so, as Adaeze stood by the riverbank each morning, her hands immersed in the cool water and her heart connected to the spirits of the ancestors, she found solace in knowing that she was not alone. The river flowed on, carrying with it the echoes of whispered wisdom and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. One day, the village announced the Festival of Unity, a grand celebration that brought together people from all corners of Igbo land. It was a time of joyous festivities where drum beats rhythmically, dancers swayed in colorful attire, and the air was filled with aroma of cooking delicacies. Everyone gathered to celebrate their community's unity and resilience, paying homage to their ancestors and seeking blessings for the future. Despite Chinyere's objection, Ngozi was determined to attend the festival. She had heard stories of the festival since she was a child, tales of laughter, music, and the coming together of families and friends. This year, she longed to be part of the vibrant tapestry of her village traditions, to immerse herself in the joyous spirit that filled the air. Dressed in her finest traditional attire, a vibrant wrapper tied around her waist and a blouse adorned with intricate patterns, Adaeze made her way to the festival grounds with a heart full of hope and anticipation. The sun shone brightly overhead, casting a golden glow over the bustling marketplace where vendors sold their wares, colorful beads, woven baskets, and carving wood sculptures. As Adaeze wandered through the festival grounds, marveling at the displays of artistry and skill, she caught the eye of Obi, the son of the village chief. Obi was known for his kindness and intelligence, admired by many for his sense of justice and fairness. He had watched Adaeze from afar, intrigued by her grace and resilience in the face of adversity. Their eyes met across the crowded marketplace, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. Obi approached Adaeze with a warm smile, his presence comforting and reassuring. Adaeze, he greeted her, his voice carrying a hint of admiration. I have heard stories of your strength and kindness. It is an honor to finally meet you. Adaeze blushed slightly, humbled by Obi's words. She had heard tales of Obi's bravery and leadership, stories of how he has stood up for the marginalized and defended the principles of justice in their village. To be acknowledged by someone like Obi filled with her with a sense of validation and warmth. They spent the day together, exploring the festival grounds and participating in the various activities, traditional dances, storytelling sections, and friendly competitions. Adaeze found herself laughing freely, her worries momentarily forgotten in the joyous atmosphere of the festival. Obi's company was a balm to her soul, his easygoing nature and genuine interest in her life reassuring. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the village square, Obi and Adaeze sat together beneath a sprawling baobab tree. Air was filled with sounds of laughter and music, the scent of roasted yams and palm wine drifting on the breeze. You have a remarkable spirit, Adaeze, Obi said softly. Despite the growing friendship between Adaeze and Obi, Chinyere's resentment towards Adaeze continued to simmer beneath the surface. She could not bear to see Adaeze happy or respected in the village, especially by someone as influential as Obi. Determined to rid herself of Adaeze once and for all, Chinyere devised a plan to tarnish Adaeze's reputation and drive a wedge between her and Obi. One evening, as Ada was returning from gathering firewood in the forest, she was approached by one of Chinyere's allies, a gossip monger known for spreading rumors and stirring up trouble. Adaeze, the woman began, her voice laced with malice. Have you heard what people are saying about you and Obi? They say you are using your charms to manipulate him to gain favor and influence. Adaeze's heart sank at the accusation, her hands trembling with disbelief and anger. She had never sought to manipulate or deceive anyone. least of all Obi, whose friendship meant more to her than words could express. "I have done nothing wrong," Adaeze stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. "Obi and I are friends, nothing more," was relentless, weaving a web of lies and half-truths that painted Adaeze in a negative light. She spoke of Adaeze's supposed ambitions and desires for power, twisting innocent actions into sinister motives. Word spread quickly through the village, fueled by Chinyere's influence and the gossip monger's tales. Adaeze felt the weight of judgment and suspicion pressing down on her, threatening to shatter the truth that she had worked so hard to build with Obi and the community. Despite the vicious rumors circulating through the village, Obi remained steadfast in his belief in Adaeze's integrity. He confronted the gossip monger and Chinyere, demanding evidence to support their claims against Ada. When none could be provided, Obi rallied support from other villages who knew Ada's true character. Together, they stood by Ada's side, offering words of encouragement and reaffirming their belief in her goodness. Ada was deeply moved by their loyalty and support, grateful for the strength they gave her during this challenge. Meanwhile, the village elders convened to discuss the matter. They listened carefully to both sides of the story, weighing the evidence presented and considering the implications of the rumors on their community's harmony. After much deliberation, they reached an unanimous decision to dismiss the baseless accusations against Ada and condemn the spread of malicious gossips. Chinyere and her accomplice were reprimanded for their actions. Their influence in the village waning as this community rallied behind Adaeze. The gossip monger, ashamed of her role in accusing discord, publicly apologized to Ada and vowed to mend her ways. With the truth revealed and justice served, Ada emerged from the ordeal with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. She realized that adversity had strengthened her resolve and deepened her bonds with those who truly value her presence in their life. With peace restored to the village and Ada's reputation vindicated, the community came together to celebrate her resilience and triumph over goodness. And the triumph of goodness over adversity, Obinna beamed with pride as he watched his daughter dance with joy and laughter. Her spirits shined brightly amidst the jubilant activities. Obi stood by Ada's side, his admiration for her unwavering strength and grace evident in his eyes. He took her hands in his, leading her in a dance that symbolized their unity and shared dreams for the future. The villagers cheered and clapped, their voices raised in song and celebration. Under the starlight sky, surrounded by loved ones and the rhythmic beats of the drums, Ada and Obi exchanged vows of friendship and mutual respect. They vowed to support each other through life's challenges and to cherish the traditions that bond them together as a community. As they laughed together beneath the canopy of stars, Ada knew in her heart that she has found not only a friend but a partner who understood and valued her